Hi, I'm Mike Steger, and I'm a copyright and trademark lawyer. And today I'm going to talk about the three C's: coronavirus, copyright, and churches. You know what? Maybe we'll talk about two C's. We'll talk about copyright and churches. I think everybody's probably had enough of coronavirus. So, what are the copyright rules if you want to use copyrighted works at your church or your house of worship? The Copyright Act, Section 110, contains an exemption that the performance of a non-dramatic literary or musical work or a dramatico-musical work of a religious nature or display of a work in the course of services at a place of worship or other religious assembly is not copyright infringement. You don't need a license. You don't need permission for those specific uses. The key phrase there is in the course of services at a place of worship. So if you're having your Sunday services, if you're having your Friday services, if you're having your Saturday services, you can go ahead and use all kinds of music without getting a license for it in the course of the service. Stuff on the back here on the shelf, that is recorded music. It's called a compact disc. Some of you may remember compact discs. But in the course of one of these services, you can have a band up there that's playing a composition without having a license from a performing rights organization. You can use recorded music without getting permission to play that music in the course of the service. What that means is you can play it in the worship building itself. You cannot broadcast it outside. You can't use speakers to broadcast it outside. You cannot record the music and then put it up on the internet or send it out on a podcast. Or put it on the radio without getting a license. This exemption is pretty limited. There are a lot of myths that go along with the use of recorded copyrighted material in worship services or at houses of worship. There are limitations on what you can do as far as making copies of lyrics, copies of poems, things like that. You can read them during services, but making copies is probably going to get you in trouble. You also can't do plays that are not religious in nature. So if you want to do Death of a Salesman or West Side Story in your church, you're going to need a license to use it. I'm not going to get into everything else here. There's a lot to cover. I'm Mike Steger. I'm a copyright and trademark lawyer. If you've got questions about using copyrighted works at your house of worship, feel free to give me a call. You will not pay my regular rates. Thank you.